have a brief knowledge about why this sthana had been kept here only. What was the necessity for keeping the kalpasthana after chikitsasthana? It might have kept before itself, or it can be kept at the end. So for keeping every sthana at very particular thing, there will be certain very particular reason. You should know that reason, because then only you can understand the importance of that sthana. For example, this kalpasthana, um, for every sthanas, what they have explained is already, it is having its root in the sutra sthana. We already discussed yesterday, because just like in the first chapter only, we are having few kalpa things, like in Shadvirechana Shatashruti Adhyaya, they have told 600 dravyas only there. In the Ganas, 500 Mahakashayas had been told. In that only, it is first root we can see. And in the first chapter only, we are having six Virechaniya dravyas. Like that, they have we are having its base form there. And apart from this Shadvirechana Shatashruti Adhyaya, we are having one more sthana which is highly dedicated to explain the Kalpasthana later stages. That is the Kalpasthana, which is four chapters containing. Okay. After that, one more reason is the very important reason why they have kept Kalpasthana after Chikitsasthana is in Chikitsasthana, while giving importance to the Chikitsas to particular diseases, they have mentioned many of the Shodhana karmas like Vamana Virechana, and for that Vamana and Virechana, Basti, etc., they have mentioned many formulations. That's why after Chikitsasana, they have mentioned the Kalpasthana. That is the clearly they have explained. Like चिकित्सास्थाने तु तत्र तत्र विहिता वमनविरेचनयोः प्रयोगान् विस्तारेण अभिधातुं चिकित्सा अधिकृतयोगस्थानरूपकल्पं कल्पस्थानम् उच्यते. So what and all the Vamana Virechana Kalpas they have told in the Chikitsasthana to highlight its importance and to establish the very in detail knowledge about those things, they have dedicated this Kalpasthana. Except Basti, because Basti will be dealt in the Siddhisthana in detail. Okay. So apart from that, what we have to know in Kalpasthana is how many chapters they have told, because every chapter is having its own importance, and they have certain chapters. In Kalpasthana, we are having 12 chapters. In that also, we have two divisions. Okay, that is one is Vamana Kalpa, and another is the Virechana Kalpa. In that Vamana also, we have to consider first is the how many dravyas they have explained. Even though it is six chapters, number of dravya also matters, because in Vamana Kalpa, six dravyas only dealt in six chapters. But in Virechana Kalpa, eight dravyas are dealt in the six chapters. In first four chapters, they have dealt the single dravya only. In the last two chapters, there will be Saptala Shankini and Danti Dravanti. So two dravyas. So totally here it will come around the eight dravyas. Okay. So that also you should keep. They will ask how many dravyas. Okay. And apart from that, total yogas. We have to consider how many yogas is there in Kalpasthana. So that is 600 yoga. And one more thing is you have to divide this. How many Vamana yogas in that and Virechana yogas. Okay. In that you can keep how you people should remember that you can keep 300 as a constant. Okay. Plus 55 and minus 55. For example, 300 plus 55 is the Vamana yoga. That is total 355 yogas are um kept for Vama yoga. Remaining, that is 300 minus 55 you can take, that is 245 yogas kept for the Virechana yoga. Okay. Apart from that, what you have to remember is what and all the chapters. Here, you have to remember every dravya's botanical name, family name, and where and all it is used, and what karma it is doing. Apart from that, hmm, and how many yogas it had been told. Okay, just like you have these things, you should make one chart so that you can remember it easily. Whenever you do this, then you can paste it in your room so that you can glance in between. Okay. In the first Madana Phala Kalpa, you have to know the contents. Okay. Here, one more thing what they'll ask is, mm, what they have mentioned the definitions. What is Vamana, then what is Virechana. So Doshaharana Murtva Bhagam Vamana Sangnakam, Ado Bhagam Virechana Sangnakam. This definition only they'll give. So where we have to write the definition, because we'll get confused with Upakalpaniya Adhyaya of the Sutrasthana, because there also we have some knowledge and definitions regarding this Shodhana Karma. So you should remember where and all even the references will be asked and what we have to keep in mind. In this Madana Kalpa, one more important thing is here the qualities of Madana Phala had been explained. You have to remember each and every quality, because even the Anapayitva quality is of which quality, which drug means you have to think that even not only Madana Phala, other dravyas is also having Anapayitvat. But apart from that, Anapayitvat, it is also having Ushna, Tikshna, Sukshma, etc. qualities. That like that um, you have to highlight and understand the things. Okay. And one more thing is this Agneyatvat Vishyandayanti. So like that, which quality will do the which karma. That one also you have to understand and study all those things. That is also having importance in the PGET exams. Mm. And then the concept of desha, where it had been explained, it is in the Kalpasthana only. We come across Jangala, Anupa, and Sadharana desha, that is explained here. And even the qualities of each desha had been in detail explained here. That also you should consider. That will also be explained asked in the exams also. And even the reasoning why it is told in the initial, that shloka is also important, 13th shloka. And apart from that, how many yogas we are having, that one they will explain in detail. Okay, that is the last shloka, Nava Yoga Kashayeshu. That is the important one. You have to at least write down how many Kashaya yogas, how many that Peya yogas, Grita yogas, like that. Because they'll ask how many number of yogas, 133. How many Greya yogas had been told? Because one thing, main important thing is Greya yogas had been explained in Vamana Kalpa in only two places. One is Madanaphala and another one is Ikshvaku. Okay, like that you have to remember where and all the important things is there, and where and all it is the commonality is there, and even the ordering why this chapter had been explained first and why it is second. For everything there is a reason. That's why you should open the Moola, and in the first shloka only, in the next commentary you should remember that, and you should understand that. For example, tato jimutakam vyakyasyamaha, there also they have given Madana Kalpan Anantaram Anapayitvat अनपायित्वेन इक्ष्वाक्वादिद्रव्येभ्यः प्रदानेभ्यः जीमूतकस्य जीमूतकल्पो अभिधीयते. Like this, for every chapters they have mentioned. If you know this contents and the importance of this, you can go through you can remember very nicely. Okay. And apart from that, it is having the qualities of the Virechana, this dravyas. For example, Jimutaka is Tridoshagnaha, and what and all diseases it can be given. And Pitta Sleshma Jvararditaha. If they asked this line of reference, you have to remember it is among this six Vamana dravyas which is having this karma. Like that, you have to remember. Here also, 39 yogas had been told. For that also, you have to make a chart. How many Kshira yogas, how many Manda yogas, like that. Okay. In Ikshvaku Yoga, important thing is here also the synonyms and the karmas, what and all they will do. Apart from that, as I told earlier, Vardhamana Ikshvaku Yoga, that is also very important here. Where we'll get the Vardhamana Ikshvaku Yoga, because we know only one Vardhamana Yoga, Pippali Vardhamana, that one. That is in the Vamana, that is in Vimanasthana first chapter, that reference. Apart from that, one more Vardhamana Yoga reference is found only in the Kalpasthana, that too in the third chapter. Like that, you have to remember. Okay. Here also 45 yogas had been told, and like that, you have to make a chart. In Damargava also same thing. Here also synonyms and karmas. And very important thing is in Damargava 15th shloka, that is Dhanya Tumburu Rupeshena Kalkaha Sarva Vishapaha. If they ask Sarva Vishapaha which drug, you have to remember it is Damargava only. Like that, you should make a chart and highlight the important things. Okay. Next is Vatsaka Kalpa. Here the important thing is the types of vatsaka. Okay, here it is having two types. One is Stri Vatsaka and another is the Pum Vatsaka. And even they have mentioned how it is, what and all the qualities of Stri and Pum. Even that qualities you have to analyze, because the lakshanas also you should analyze, because bruhat spalaha and shweta pushpaha sugandha patraha. So if these qualities were there, it is puman, that is pum vatsaka. In remaining qualities will come to the stri vatsaka. Like that, you have to make a chart. Okay. And apart from that, pani talam pibet, where and all we are having even the quantity mentioned. For example, Panitala Matra has been mentioned for even for Madanaphala. Like that also, Panitala Matra is mentioned for Vatsaka Kalpa. And here 18 yogas had been told, you have to make a chart. Even Krita Vedana, here 60 yogas. In the these were the 6 chapters, okay? Only this much content is enough. And you have to remember what is the botanical name, family name also. Even they'll ask which family of this drug belongs to. Even they'll give options, and it will be highly confusing many times. Okay. And next is the Virechana Kalpa. Here in Virechana, first is the Trivrit Kalpa. Here also they will give the reason. त्रिवृताय विरेचनद्रव्येषु सुखविरेचनतया प्रधानत्वात् त्रिवृत्कल्पम् एवम् अभिधीयते. Here Anapayitva is the same answer for the Jimutaka also. Even Jimutaka, sorry, this the Chaturanguladi Dravyas also having Anapayitva quality, but this Trivrut will do the Sukha Virechaka karma. That's why they have explained first. So that quality, that was the contribution of the Chakrapani. Even they can ask this, if they give this sentence and they ask what is the contribution, you have to mention this. Okay. Next is Sreshtam Ahuhu Manishinaha. If they ask this line, which drug is belongs to this category, you have to consider it is Trivrut only. In the third shloka only they have mentioned. Like this, even they'll ask shlokas for reference also. For that also you should consider and highlight the important things. Okay. They have given the synonyms like that also you should consider karmas. And here also types of this Trivrut, like Shama Trivrut and Aruna Trivrut. And in which koshta these Trivruts are used, that is very important, because in Mrudu koshta, Aruna, huh. In Mrudu koshta, Aruna Trivrut will be used, and in the Bahudosha Avastha only will go for the Shama Trivrut. So like that you should consider the things, and you should analyze, and you have to make a chart. Then only you can brief easily, and it is very easy for you people. And even for the Virechana Kalpa, how much matra we have to give means we have to consider the Aksha matra. And the one more thing you have to consider is, for not for all the dravyas they have mentioned the quantity of the drug, how much we have to take. So once they have mentioned in first chapter means, if they have not mentioned, then you have to consider it is based on the koshta of the patient. Okay. In first chapter, apart from that, Mm, the important thing is Kalyanaka Gudaha. So they will ask the reference. Where is the reference of Kalyanaka Guda? Then you have to consider the immediately should remember Shama Trivrit. Okay. And apart from that is Sarveshu Rutushu Yogikaha. This is the main entrance point actually, which is correlated with the Kalyanaka Guda. Okay. Like that only they'll ask Sarveshu Rutushu Yogikaha, which yoga is mentioned. And where is the reference for this sloka? Like this, the dual thing can also be asked. So please do note all those things. And one more, next is how many total number of yogas they have mentioned for Trivrit is 110 yogas. In that also, make a chart how many dravyas for which kalpa, like Kshira kalpa, Mutra kalpa, Kalka kalpanas, Kwata kalpanas, like that. Okay. Next is Chaturangula. Here also synonyms go through that, and they have mentioned mrudu and anapayitvat. Like this, for every all the virechana kalpas is having this quality, but how it is different is this shama trivrit, how it is different is because it will do the sukha virechana. Like that, for every dravya you should remember. Here for chaturangula they have mentioned 12 yogas, and for tilvaka, for Tilvaka also they have mentioned the reason Anapayitvat, but this reason is cleared by only Chakrapani. You can see in the commentary. Chaturangulatva Tilvakasya Anapayitva Chaturangula Kalpa Anantaram Tilvaka Kalpo Abhidiyate. Just like Chaturangula, Tilvaka is also Anapayitva. That's why they have explained this Tilvaka Kalpa after the Chaturangula. So don't forget all the dravyas is having anapayitvat quality. If they ask which dravya is anapayitvat among all this, and they have given all of the above also, you should consider all of the above, because all for all dravyas, first three dravyas they have directly mentioned it is anapayitvat. Next is in Tilvaka Kalpa 16 dravyas, 16 kalpas had been mentioned. Remember it. In Sudha Kalpa, it is important. And one more thing is for first three dravyas, they have mentioned Anapayitvat as the reason. But in Sudhakalpa, they have changed the reason. Okay. That is Shodasha Sankhya Prayoga Abhidhayaka Tilvaka Kalpa Anantaram Yathakramam Adhika Sankhya Prayogam Abhidhana Kramad Dvimshati Prayoga Abhidhayaka Sudhakalpo Abhidhiyate. Just like the previous, they have told Tilvaka Kalpa. It had only the 16 Kalpas. Just like that, to tell the Sankhya of the Dravyas, which is next to 16, that is 20 Kalpas is there in Sudha Kalpa. That's why they have explained Sudha Kalpa. It is not Anapayitvat. The reason which is mentioned by Chakrapani, it is not told as Anapayitvat because Sudha is having Tikshnatva. So we can't consider directly it is Anapayitvat. Only first three Dravyas is Anapayitvat. Here, this chapter classification is made based on the this one number, that is kalpas have mentioned. And one more entrance point here is in the third shloka they have mentioned Sarvesham Sudha Tikshnatama Mataha. Among all the Virechana Dravyas, Sudha is the Tikshnatama, not Tara. It is Tama only. Tikshna, Tikshna Tara, Tikshna Tama. So Tama is the highest, having highest intensity. Okay. And one more reference shloka what they can ask is Sadyo Harati Doshana Mahantamapi Sanchayam. As they have told, it is Tikshnatama, it is capable enough to do the Sadyo Harana of the doshas. Even the dosha, the quantity of the dosha in the Sharira is in the Mahat quantity also. It is capable enough to take down this dosha. So only it should be done prayoga when there is Bahu Doshavastha. So when there is Mahatamapi Doshanam, you should consider the Bahu Doshavastha. When there is only lias, little quantity of dosha, you cannot use this Sudha Kalpa because it can do Bahudosha, the Bahudosha Harana and can do the Kshaya of the patient. So please do think and answer the questions. Okay. And one more thing is, here also two types of Sudhas they have mentioned. So what is this? It is based on the Kantakas. That is Bahu Kantaka and Alpa Kantaka. Okay. Sutikšnaihi Kantakaihi Alpaihi Pravaro Bahu Kantakaha. That is, um, in that also, Tikshna also they have categorized two types, which is having Bahukantaka will do the Pravara Shodhana and which is having Alpa Kantaka will do the Alpa Shodhana. So that also you should consider. And very important thing, Greya Virechaka Yoga. We all know Vamana Dravya is having the Greya Yoga, but is there this concept in Virechana Kalpa? Yes, it is there. It is only in the Sudha Kalpa. Many of the even the scholars have forget Greya Virechana Kalpa is there. Okay, it is the very much important and the very highlight concept. You should remember the Greya Virechana Kalpa. That is in the 15th to 17th shloka. They have mentioned this Greya Yoga, how it should be prepared and how it should be applied and in what condition. That also you should understand in this. That is Trivrite Ityadina Greya Yogam Aha. So consider this. It is important point. And here also you have to make out the chart of how many dravyas had been explained. Okay. Next is Saptala Shankini. Here two dravyas had been explained. One is Saptala and another is Shankini. That also you should analyze and how many dravyas for each kalpas had been explained. That also make a chart. And last is the Danti Dravanti Kalpa. Here also synonyms and even the types and how many yogas had been explained, that one they have kept. So like that totally 8 Virechaka Kalpa and 6 Vamana Kalpa had been explained. But the speciality of the chapters of first and last chapter is in the first chapter they have explained the what is the concept of Desha I have told. Apart from that, how the Vamana procedure should be carried out, all those things had been dealt. And in the Virechana Kalpa, the concept of Virechana and concept of Kosta, everything had been dealt in the chapter 12. So you should remember that. Okay. But concept of Kosta, it is also mentioned in the Grahani Adhyaya. Okay. Don't forget all those things. You are reading for the format, in the format of APGT. So you should make out where and all what concept is there. And the shloka which can be given for the reference is in the 48th shloka. Alpasyapi mahartatvam prabhutasya alpakarmatam kuryat samyoga vishlesha kala samskara yuktibihi. If the tulya and atulya virya samyoga of the dravya happen means how it will work. That concept had been explained here. That also you should consider. And in what condition, what kind of shodhana to be done, that also they have explained here in the 62nd shloka. Apakvam vamanam, doshe pachyamanam virechanam, nirhared vamanasya ataha pakam na pratipalayet. So this also can be asked for reference. And one more thing is, नातिस्निग्धशरीरस्य दद्यात् स्नेहविरेचनं स्नेहोत्कृष्टशरीरस्य रूक्षं दद्यात् विरेचनं. So when we see this shlokas like snigdha sharira and snehotklishtha sharira, will come across the reference, it might be from the sneha adhyaya of sutrasthana, but it is not so. It is from the virechana sthana of the 12th chapter. Okay. So like that, the reference shlokas can be asked. That is the 83rd shloka. That is also important point for the reference. Hmm. Um, and one more that tricky point is Snehapaka Mrudubhyaha Karasthadyaba. Mrudu, Madhya, and Kara. So this Snehapaka concept has been explained in the Virechana Kalpa. Okay. Don't confuse that. Snehapaka Trividya Lakshana Maha. This is the entrance point where this Snehapaka Trividya Lakshana explained. It is in the Virechana Kalpa of the 12th chapter of Kalpasthana. Okay. And you have to compare it with the Sushruta. Karo Abhyange Smritaha Pako. Murdaha Nastaha Kriyasucha. And for which that sneha paka, which is having mrudu, madhyama, and the tikshna paka, where and all it should be administered. That is, you should compare with Sushruta because their slight difference is there. Because there he will say, even for abhyanga, mrudu, or madhyama paka, he will say like that. You have to compare. And the important concept is where is the concept of mana had been explained. It is explained in this chapter of this Kalpasthana in the last chapter. That is two manas, Kalinga mana and the Magadha mana. That is the highlight of this chapter. So very, the first chapter and last chapter is very important. Mainly the reference shlokas, if they had asked means that will come in these two chapters only. So don't forget, make a chart about name of the dravya, chapter name, sequence, order of the dravyas, what is the link between the first chapter to the next chapter, and how many dravyas is there in total, and in that dravyas also how many kalpas is having each numbers, and where Greya Yoga had been mentioned, where Vardhamana Yoga had been explained, and which Dravya is Anapayitvat, which Dravya is Tikshnatama, which is capable enough to do the Sarva Doshahara. Like that, you have to highlight and you have to keep that mnemonics and should understand. Okay.